you guys get elevated to the main card on this event, the spotlight and everything. I'm sure you're not too happy what happened in the last fight, but this seems like an incredible opportunity to turn things around and kind of right the ship.
My thoughts exactly. Once that fight fell out, I had a feeling they were going to bump me up to the main card. I liked fighting earlier. I wasn't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I had that 8:30 spot, I was like, all right, 8:30 is not too bad. Now I'm fighting at 10:30. I'm like, you know what? A lot more eyeballs. I'm like right between the Frankie fight and then the Gaethje fight, so no one's gonna be stepping away from the TV during this main card. So there's a lot of eyeballs on this one, and I'm looking forward to making a huge statement here.
Yeah, what does that statement look like? Billy was here before, and he said he expects a 3-round war with you. Is that what you want, though, after the last fight, or are you hoping for someone a lot more clean?
I never want a 3-round war. I mean, I go out there and I have a lot of wars. I never intend for that to happen. My job is I don't get paid by the minute. I'm trying to get in there and get the fuck out as soon as possible. I don't see a 3-round war. I mean, I'm ready, more than ready for that, but I think I'm gonna get the job done before the 3rd round, honestly.
That's great. And I mean, how have you digested the last fight with Edson? I mean, there was so much made of the kind of awkward nature of the finish and stuff there. I know you did a lot of interviews right in the immediate aftermath, but here as we sit a few months later, what are your feelings towards what happened there? I
mean, a loss sucks, period. I'm a sore loser in every sense of the word. I'm a sore loser, so to lose at something that I care so much about, like a fight, it still stings. Every loss stings, though, from my first loss to the last one. But it is what it is. I can't sit there and dwell on it. I mean, I take it with a grain of salt, chin up, move on.
Yeah, and just tell us a little bit about how you feel towards the matchup.
I love this matchup. It's a great matchup. Stylistically, it's one of those fights that, like the last 2 fights, I mean, it's like every fight I've had now, stylistically has been, on paper, phenomenal, and I don't see how this fight cannot be a fun fight for the fans.
Yeah, when you get those calls for these matchups kind of over and over, do you think that says something about how the matchmakers feel about you, when they're kind of giving you these type of fights?
For sure. They know exactly what to expect when Shane Burgos is on the card, and I take pride in that.
Thank you.
Billy was in here earlier and we asked to compare striking. He said that you're high action and everything, but he felt he was more elusive while you just like to walk through damage. So I'm going to ask you the same question. How would you compare your striking?
I think it's a clear cut. I was breaking down, just watching tape and stuff like that. I think it's clear cut that I'm the better striker when it comes to technique, not just with my boxing, but with my kicks, with my movement. I think I'm hands down. It's clear cut. I'm the better striker, and I'm gonna prove that on Saturday night.
How's Ryan doing on the regional scene?
He's doing good. He's right over there. He's 3-0 right now. Three finishes, 3-0, 2 within 30 seconds. Probably fighting around January. Hopefully he's going to be pro by beginning of 2022.
Shane, we've seen you fight. Hey, we've seen you fight in New York a lot in your UFC career, but obviously the last couple fights, for obvious reasons, you've been fighting outside of the state. Are you glad to not have to travel for this one like you have the last couple of ones?
Fuck yes, man. This is so nice. Hour drive. You can't beat it. My wife and my kids are going to be able to come to the weigh-in show, so I'm excited for that. I have so much friends, so much family. It felt like driving here yesterday. It felt like I was driving another day of training. It was weird. I haven't had that in now 2 years almost. It was 2 years to the date that I fought MSG last.
Now, do you like fighting at the Garden? Because obviously there was all this mystique, probably the first time for you when you had it, but now this is the 3rd time. So yeah. It's is this old hat or what?
It's convenient. So yeah, I fucking love it.
Awesome.
Then Shane, with that last knockout, a lot of people were like, oh, well, what does it do? His health, his just morale. Can you just talk a little bit about just how do you feel after that particular knockout compared to, you've been in hard fights before? Yeah,
confidence is at an all-time high still. All-time high. I got caught, and it's one of those things that it's a tough pill to swallow because I feel like I was just gaining momentum in that fight, and it was a very competitive fight, and I would love to run that one back. It was a fun fight, but it's one of those things that's so hard because I didn't get lazy. I just got caught. I threw the jab, brought my hand straight back. He just came over with that right hand, and I remember it. It was just a really weird feeling, but what can I do? I feel like I went in there and I stood with one of the best strikers in the world, pound for pound, in my opinion, and I've been watching this dude since I was fucking 13, 14 years old in high school, and standing across from him and not just going there just to compete against him, going there to beat him. That's the mentality obviously I always had, but I feel like I still could have won that fight. So my confidence hasn't gotten my confidence is all-time high still.
After that one, a lot of pros came out and said, "Yeah, I've seen this happen and similar things, right?" So it's not completely unheard of a knockout like that. But when you went for the checkup and everything, what did the doctor say? Because you don't see that knockout every night.
Yeah, I understand. It was definitely scary for people looking at it on the outside, but just me being in it, it was. I remember the shot. It was just a weird body thing where like hit me and I was like, boom, oh, there, that was a good shot. Shaking it off, and I was like, my legs just feel fucking weird, and all of a sudden they just slowly, my legs just shut off. But when I saw a neurologist, obviously I take my brain health super seriously. Saw 2 different ones, and I had no signs of a concussion, which was the weirdest thing. Like I remember everything. I had no dizziness, no fog, no sensitivity to light, no nausea. But I treated it like concussion. I'm not stupid. I take my brain health seriously. I got 2 daughters. I got a wife. That's the most important thing. So I took my recovery seriously for that.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
It's gonna be going.
Shane, one more. There's rumors that Jimmy Rivera is signing with BKFC. How do you think he's going to do there?
I mean, if the rumors are true, that's my brother. But if the rumors are true, I think he's gonna do great there. Honestly, I think his boxing is phenomenal. And at 135, I don't know who they have in BKFC. I'm not even sure who the champion is.
Well, Chad Mendes just got signed there, so he's like I think the biggest name like around.
Yeah,
that weight.
but Chad Mendes is fighting at 55.
True.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll do a super fight, but if the money's right.
Shane, you've been fighting on these New York cards over here on your left. You've been fighting on these New York cards since the beginning. How have things changed over time just with the commission regarding how they have put on these fights after there were some rough things going on early when they were holding it?
So for the last, this is the first fight since the pandemic that I feel like it's really been back to normal. Like they've been super, more laid back, I think. Like my first COVID fight, that one was super strict, and this one almost feels 100% normal.